ever since I've been in real estate, man, the money keep calling. On my skateboard, stay grinding, ain't falling. Dunking on them boys, you could say that I'm ballin'. Oh yeah, yeah, the money talking. I wanna welcome you guys to the Get Your Freedom Now podcast. You know, where we're talking about real estate, getting wealthy, getting healthy, and the mindset prep behind everything that you need to do in order to get your first check. So, yeah, we're gonna lead it to the first subject, and a lot of you guys are actually on this right now from the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Eric, and I just believe in just becoming your greatest version, making sure that you don't lose what you have and don't lose the potential opportunity to become greater. So yeah, this is actually my first podcast, so it's going to continue to get better, and I'm excited. So yes, so the first thing that we're going to be talking about is how I got my first deal. Now, I've been looking into doing real estate since about 2011, so it's now 2017, and I decided for myself that I had to do something that was different. And I knew that information was the key. So I started seeking out the right information that I needed in order for me to achieve what I needed to achieve. So the funny part about it is, in 2011, when I found out about this concept of wholesaling real estate and how you can put money into how you don't have to put money into a deal, and you can flip it. You can make money off of it. You can make money off of the contract. You can double close on it. You know, you can do all these things without putting any money into it. And my question to myself, like, why don't they teach this in schools? Like, this is like valuable information. And then when you really realize that the truth of the matter is, public schools were basically created for you to work for somebody else. And a lot of people don't see that, and it's kind of shocking to me, because I'm like, you know, you get all these degrees and you go to these colleges and they don't teach you how to be independent and not fill out an application and not work for somebody else. You know, they teach you how to work for somebody else. And through this is the thing that gravitated me to this, is the fact that you're your own boss. You don't have to work for anybody. And the people that are still programmed to work for somebody, they can work for you now, because you're getting ready to get the information to make this happen. So I wanted to just share this information because it changed my life. And not only did it change my life, it allowed me to be able to deliver this message to you in a way that's professional, in a way that just is valid, in a way that is on time. So I wanted to give a shout out to all of the real estate investors that have got their first deal done, who have started that journey on the path of wealth and financial freedom. I feel like this is an amazing journey to take on, because what do people live in? They live in real estate. Wherever you're at right now, if you're inside of somewhere, you're inside real estate. You're either in a commercial building, you're either in a single family home or an apartment or a duplex or a complex or wherever you're at, unless you're outside. I mean, even if you're outside in a yard, you're probably on somebody's lot. That's real estate. If you're in a park, if you're in a, in a car in your park, that's a lot, that's real estate. So the majority of the planet is real estate. So I started getting this information around 2011, and honestly, I literally was studying for about, and not consistently, like off and on, for at least like 5 years. And then when it got around the time of the end of the 5 years, I got my first property under contract. And long story short, I wasn't able to sell it because something happened and I wasn't able to access a computer. Let's just say that. Yeah, so I lost that contract, but it was very exciting for me because I realized that I could get a property under contract, and I got the first part done. I didn't get it sold yet, but I got the first part down. And the key to doing this and the key to making this happen is you getting the first part done. If you can get the first part done, just getting a property under contract, then you are on your way to a whole new world that so many people never venture off into. And that's the world of faith. The world of knowing that you can do something that you've never done before. It's not guaranteed that you're going to make a sale, but guess what? If you have faith and you're aligned with what you're supposed to do and you're a good person and you tithe and you at least give 10% of your income to wherever, whoever, you can give it to church, you can give it to your grandma, you can give it to anybody. Just give 10% away. You're in alignment with getting blessings. And that's 100% sure. And I've seen it in my life and I've seen it in other people's life as well. So I decided not to give up. I decided to just keep going because, if I got a property under contract, that means that I can probably get a buyer under contract at a separate price and then close on it and make a nice spread. And I saw that people were doing it. That was the thing that really kept me going because I saw so many people doing it from all walks of life, from all different, backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, racial backgrounds. This is something that literally anybody can do. Like, it's so funny. Like, honestly, like an old grandma that barely even knows how to really even work an iPhone can do this business, which is hilarious because she's probably going to want to learn how to use that iPhone because the apps are just changing the game now. But the process is simple. It does take effort. This is not get rich overnight. This is put in some effort, build a foundation, and have something that you can use for the rest of your life and add value to your life as well as other people's lives, because the people that you're helping when you have them under contract and then you're actually selling their house, you're helping the seller get out of whatever situation they're in. You're helping yourself out of another situation that you're currently in, which is, you don't have as much money as you need to have, or you just get some icing on the cake. Maybe you do got some nice money, but it helps to have more. And then on top of that, the buyer, he's getting a new investment property that he can then rent out or fix it up and then flip it and then make a profit. So it's a win, win, win for all of the parties. Everybody's winning. So when you can create an environment of everybody wins, that's the best thing ever. And it gives you a sense of purpose behind what you're doing to make money. And it matters what you do to make money. Just remember that. It just matters because karma is real. So if you want to do something, do it the right way. And then more things that are right will come into your life in the right way. You can become anything you want. So I wanted to get into how I did my first deal because you guys came from the YouTube page. It's been a long journey. But like I said in the video, I got this property under contract. I got it under contract online. This was online. So why I didn't use any marketing? Because it's about working smarter, not harder. If you can literally sit at a computer and go through a property list without even leaving the comfort of your home, and you can figure out a way to get the phone number and then call them and then basically get the property under contract sight unseen without you even going to the property or having anybody even go to the property, that's a smarter versus harder route. You might as well work smarter because we live in an age where we're in the informational age. People are making millions off of playing video games and videotaping it and putting it on YouTube and commentating with it. Like, that's hilarious. But it's real and it's awesome. That's one of those things where literally you can do anything you put your mind to. So what I was deciding to do with this is, man, I'm multi-talented, so this isn't the only thing I can do, obviously. I mean, you guys heard the intro, like, that's my song, like, that's me. And that's the main reason why I do real estate, because I don't make a good slave, and I can't work for anybody else. So I have to do something where I'm in charge of it, and I have the power over my destiny, basically. I have full power over my destiny. I'm not putting my life into anybody else's hands. So with that, I just wanted to make sure that everything came out the right way. So when I decided to get serious with it, it worked. So I got my first property off of Zillow.com. So you can download this in an app. You can Just go to it on the browser on your laptop, and it gives you so many different properties to look at, as well as comparable sales, which is really important for evaluating how much your property that you're getting under contract is worth. If there's a lot of sales that are around there, the smart thing to do is to see what the square footage is and see what the bedroom to bathroom ratio is. That way you can compare all three of those components to the other properties that are selling for a price, and then therefore you can figure out what your price per square foot is. So for that area. Now, when you're on Zillow, what you are looking for is for sale by owner tabs. So the tabs are like blue circles, green circles, and red circles. Usually the for sale by owner tabs are red circles. So you want to look at it. It'll say for sale by owner. And what you can do is you can call those. Now, I just want to keep you in tune with, it'll be 50-50. So what you're going to get is you might, well, actually, you probably won't get an agent because agents will list. So you're either going to get one or two things. You're going to get an owner, which is what you're looking for, or you're going to get an investor, which has the property under contract. Between both of those options, they can both be beneficial. You can connect if it's an investor. And then if it's a property owner, what you can do is basically figure out, ask some questions about the property, make sure that you know what's going on with the property, take down some notes, go to the county assessor page, see if they're actually the owner, if they say that they're the owner, match up the names, make sure that whatever you're investing in is a smart investment. Even if you're not putting any money into it, it's still an investment. It's a time investment. The thing that's the most valuable that you have is your time. So whatever you do, if it's a time investment and you're investing into it, you need to get something back from that. It just is common sense, So, and of course, it's the law of exchange. So this way is the way that I got my first property, was for sale by owner. This is when the owner posts their property on a website and they basically put their phone number up there. This is the smarter versus harder way. You give them a call, talk to them, be very professional, and let them know that you are an investor looking to purchase the house, but you don't necessarily have to pretend like you're the guy with the money. Let them know, hey, I have an investor group that I'm working with, and basically, they buy properties from me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your property under contract, and we can agree to a price. And when one of my partners approve on the price that I gave them, then we can close on the deal. And, you get your cash that we agreed to. Our company gets what it needs to get in order to be a company and function correctly. And then everybody has an awesome day. Everybody has an awesome day. And then you just let them know that, like that, and just let them know what's going on. I'm extremely transparent with my sellers. They know exactly what I'm doing. So when another investor tries to call them, they don't even care, because like the other investors are trying to finesse them basically. Like, you really have to understand this. Like, it is so funny to me how, like, I'll get a property under contract and then I'll like ask, I'm like, what was different about me that, made you want to give me the contract that, the other guys, didn't give you the same feeling in order to sign with them? I said, man, Eric, I could just tell that you were being completely honest with us. Like, you were just very transparent, and there was a lot of clarity in what you were saying. And not only that, you were honest. And I could tell that what you said you were going to do is exactly what you were doing. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's awesome. And I was like, were the other guys trying to hide it? And they were like, yeah, they definitely were. And I was just like, okay, cool. So when you guys get started on this journey, I don't want you guys to keep this a secret. Like, this isn't one of those things that you try to keep secret. And what I'm saying is keep a secret. I'm not saying go tell everybody. But what I'm saying is you don't have to pretend like you're the guy with the money, basically, is what I'm saying. You can allow them to know, like, hey, I have access to the people with the money. Eventually you will be the guy with the money, but you're not going to be using your money because you know that you don't have to use any of your money. You're just basically tying up the property with a contract and then sending out an email blast or giving a phone call or a conference or a webinar with buyers that are interested in the property. And basically, if they are, they buy it and you make the spread in the middle, you know? So there's two different ways that you can close with this. This is an assignment fee, and you can do a double escrow. An assignment fee is basically when you're assigning your purchase and sale agreement over to an end buyer, meaning that the end buyer is paying for your piece of paper that has your name on it that's connected to a property that they want to purchase. So, and I know I say so a lot. I've been paying attention too. But it's my first podcast, so I just have to get this out here. And it's going to continue to get better. So hang tight with your boy and just enjoy it. So just sit and enjoy it and absorb this information, because this is something that I wish somebody did for me. When I was like super young, like way younger. Like if I would have got this information, and this was happening when I was like super young, I just didn't know about it. Like I was born in '89. People were definitely wholesaling back then for sure. If I would have got this in 2000, let's see, maybe even 8, this would have been like perfect. Like right after 2008, like, when the market crashed, like a little bit after that. Yeah, I think it would have been perfect. But everything happens on time. Everything happens for a reason. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, like honestly, if you are listening to this podcast right now, God is guiding you to my audio, because we're all connected. You're just another version of me, and I'm just another version of you, and I'm just further at another step, than where you're at right now. But you know what? It's not even about that. What it's really about is you just getting this information and you accomplishing your dreams and your goals by doing something that is adding value to other people's lives. So you're getting compensated, and you're getting compensated well over what the average individual is getting, and they're spending their hours for dollars that aren't even worth it. You're priceless. Don't trade your time for anything less than $100 an hour. Seriously. I am serious when I say that. I really, really mean that, because you're timeless. You're extremely valuable. And for you to give it to somebody else to pay you so little, it doesn't make sense. So maximize on your time. That's what I'm saying. Maximize on your time. That's why we're doing real estate. That's why we're doing wholesaling. So that's your boy, Eric. And that's my first podcast. And I want you guys to stay tuned for the next episode, where I will be talking about where I got the deal, the area, the market, the way it looked. Oh my God. I have the video. I'm going to send you the link, because I want you to watch this. This is like, it's amazing that it was in the location that it was in, but it was in a location that people are snoozing on and thinking that there's nothing special about it. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next podcast, and thank you guys for listening. Till next time. Ever since I've been in real estate, man, the money keep calling. On my skateboard, stay grinding, ain't falling. Dunking on them boys, you could say that I'm ballin'. Oh yeah, the money talking. Woo! Yeah, that was the first podcast. Cranked it out, finally did it. I'm very excited to share this information with you guys and start this journey. So stay tuned for the next podcast, episode 2. Time to flip this real estate. I'ma show you what to do. You have just listened to the Get Your Freedom Now podcast.